Hey guys, Shadow here. So this deck, Lissa decks, have been gaining popularity in Japan for some reason, and we're gonna analyze it today and see why they've been doing so well. Let's get started. So in a Lissa deck, we're gonna have one main character, and that's gonna be Lissa, and then we're also gonna use 3 copies of the level 1 form of her in the deck. This allows you to guard and do critical hits because Lissa's not a very strong character. So in this deck, you definitely need to get your class change Lissa as soon as possible because she can't attack on her own. So we have 4 copies of her class change form. So whenever you kill something by battle, it allows you to get something back that's cost 3 or lower. And that's where these dark mages will come into play. So with her effect, if you have a Tharja in your hand, you would get the level 1 version of Tharja, and then if you have Henry, you would get the Henry that you're missing. This allows you to control your opponent's hand with it, pretty much for free since you're getting it back from Lissa's effect. So Tharja, her effect allows you to discard your opponent's hand pretty much. Whenever she's sent to the graveyard, she's going to gain, or your opponent's going to have to discard 1 card from their hand if they have 5 or more cards. And the class change Tharja allows you to discard 3 cards from your opponent's hand by sending 1 Tharja to the graveyard and flipping 3 bonds. So if you had this on the field, but you're missing this Tharja, you can kill something with Lissa and then use Tharja's effect after killing something with Lissa by getting her back. So also, if you have Henry in your hand, for example, but you're missing the class change Henry, or vice versa, you can kill something by battle with Lissa and then get the piece you're missing. So that way next turn you can make them discard 2 cards. We're using 4 Maribels. Maribel, it's good because she's a priest. She allows you to get back Tharjas or Henrys. And then also, you can get back Lissa's for guarding with Lissa. And also, during your turn, and now also we're going to be using 4 Maribels. Maribel increases Lissa's attack by 20 during your turn, so it gives her 80 attack, which is really good because most lords are only going to be 70 attack. So this actually lets you overpower most lords. And also, she is a priest, so she allows you to get back the missing pieces as well. And she actually lets you get back Lissa. So Lissa can get back Maribel, and the Maribel can get back Lissa, so it's like a little loop right there. We're using 2 Nowies just to replenish your hand with the bonds that you used up already. So if you use up bonds from Tharja or Henry, you can get back cards. There's a lot of cards that use bonds in this deck, so she's always going to be useful. We're using the Flyers, so it's a blue deck. So we're going to have Sumiya, Churchy, and Cordelia. They're just going to be your 30 supports. They're there for your supports, and they let you move things around. We're using the class-changed version of Sumiya, 4 of them, because she allows Lissa to get stronger if she were to mill a flying unit. Very useful. 2 Cordelias and 2 Churchies. Churchy's not so great, but she's there for her 30 support. And then we also have 2 Cordelias, because she lets you do some extra damage earlier on. So this deck is pretty much like a Tharja or a Henry deck because it makes your opponent discard cards, and that's the main focus of the deck. However, this deck, compared to a Tharja deck, has a weaker early game because you're starting off with a priest that can't attack for at least 2 turns. And hopefully not more than that, because hopefully you'll have a Lissa by then. While a Tharja would be stronger earlier on because if you were winning with cards, then she would become 50. However, this deck does excel late game because Lissa's going to be generating card advantage for you every single turn. And then these guys will also be generating card advantage for you. So late game, this deck is very good. As long as you can get Lissa out as soon as possible, this deck is going to be fine. So thank you for watching. This was a Lissa deck profile.